as the rhythm you play. Now we'll all be sad and then come Sunday. Come Sunday, come Sunday, we'll all be sad and then come Sunday. Come Sunday, come Sunday, we'll all be sad and then come Sunday. Come Sunday, come Sunday, come Sunday, we'll all be sad and then come Sunday.
I will find you one for tomorrow.
There was Tim in his coffin with his skates and his smokes. I remembered the stories and the fights and the jokes. When I spoke to his father, all I wanted to say was Manny could skate and Manny could move. From the blue line to the net, he made a fool out of you. He'd cut to the left and then put it away. Now we'll all be sad men come Sunday. Come Sunday, come Sunday, yeah, we'll all be sad men come Sunday. Come Sunday, come Sunday, yeah, we'll all be sad men come Sunday. Come Sunday, come Sunday, yeah, we'll all be sad men come Sunday. Come Sunday, come Sunday, yeah, we'll all be sad men come Sunday.
Her name is Unsung, and she's a wonderful young artist and another one of our nominees for this weekend here at the Canadian Folk Music Awards. And before that we heard from His Majesty Francie, and it just reminded me that today, of course, St Andrew's Day, the patron saint of Scotland, November 30th, so a happy St Andrew's Day to each and every one of you out there that are celebrating tonight. But I hope you're staying with us because we've got more great music coming up over the next wee while on the programme. Now, one of the wonderful things, the many wonderful things that happens is we get to meet all these great artists, many of whom I've never met before, new friends, and it's great to see them, and often the first time here at these events, and then we start to see them at the folk festivals and the folk clubs, and that's how that community grows, and such a beautiful thing it is. And I am delighted to introduce you to my new friend tonight. Please welcome Mr. Danny Boudreau.
Le quartier n'a pas changé, tout est resté pareil depuis qu'ils sont partis. Tant de veillées sur Saint-Denis ou sur la rue Rachel. Chaque fois que je m'en rappelle, on me dit que je m'ennuie. On écrivait jusqu'au matin, tant qu'on avait à boire, sans compter les refrains. On pensait pas au lendemain, à se dire au revoir les copains, écrivains clandestins. Ce soir j'ai de la misère à trouver les bons mots. Tout me semblait fait sans leur petit tableau. La rue Quartier n'a pas changé, tout est resté pareil depuis qu'ils sont partis. Moi j'aurais tellement aimé qu'ils soient éternels, même si la vie est belle, que je ne sois pas éternel. Ce soir j'ai de la misère à trouver les bons mots. Tout me semble éphémère sans leur petit tableau. La rue Quartier n'a pas changé, tout est resté pareil depuis qu'ils sont partis. Et tous les mots qu'ils m'ont laissés sont écrits dans le ciel, sont écrits sur papier. On va se retrouver. La rue Quartier n'a pas changé, tout est resté pareil depuis qu'ils sont partis.
Danny Boudreau live. I want you to make me a promise.
Yes.
Every time that you come back to Alberta, which I know after people hear you on the weekend, it's going to be often, that you come and visit me at the studio at CKUA and play that song for me, will you?
I will for sure.
It's absolutely lovely.
Yes, and next time I'm in town, it'll probably be with Justine Balibo, who I co-wrote this song with. She's here actually now.
Wonderful.
And this is a new project that's coming out in February, duet that's called Beau Séjour. So this is a song off that album that's coming out.
Wonderful. So the first place you have to send it to is CKUA.
We will.
We need your music.
Definitely, we will.
Danny, a lot of people here, this will be the first time that they've heard you, and I want you to tell our listeners a wee bit about yourself.
Well, started with my dad, my sister, and my brother when I was 7, doing clubs. So I've been doing it all my life. I've been traveling quite a bit. I've been to Europe like 25 times, different venues. Folk music has always been part of my music. I also do country music. I also do pop music. I do music. For me, music is music, and every time I pick up a guitar, and if I feel like doing a folk song, I will do a folk song, and if it's more country, it will be country. But I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel the world, and this is my main gig, and I'm up to my 10th album that's going to be coming out. So
I think it's quite obvious to people, and to me especially, just when I saw you standing there, the look in your face and in your eyes, that this is your love and your passion.
I still have the same passion, you know. Like I said, I'm 52, and I've been doing it all my life. And
You're still a young fella.
yeah, but still, you know, I've been around, and it's a passion that never goes away for me, anyways.
What does it mean to you as a musician to be nominated for a Canadian Folk Music Award?
Oh, it's a big thrill, you know. It's the first time I actually ever sent anything for the Folk Music Awards, and when I got the news, I was very, very happy, and I'm very happy to be here.
Well, I think that things will really start to open up once people get to hear you here.
What is great is actually the west of Canada has been new to me for the last 3 years. I've been coming more and more, and then I just booked the Vancouver Folk Festival.
Wonderful.
Summer. So it's kind of neat.
It's starting to happen.
Yeah, I'll be, in a different part of my country, because I'm from New Brunswick. So yeah.
You're going to play another tune for us now. Tell us about it.
Well, this one actually is the lyrics was sent to me by a good friend of mine from France. I've been co-writing a lot of songs with him, and the lyrics, it was a little long, so I sort of shortened it, and I said it lacks a love story in it, and the Jolie Blonde needs to leave for Louisiana. So that's what I did with the song, and after it was done, I talked to him and I said, listen, I think it would make a nice English version. I rarely write in English, but this one was calling for it. So I ended up doing 2 versions of the song. So what I'd like to do for you is a bilingual version. So I'll go from the French to the English version.
Wonderful.
And in French it's called La Photo sur le mur, and in English it's called The Poster on the Wall.
This is Danny Boudreau, live on CKUA.
Une photo de Woody Guthrie épinglée au mur. Dans la niche du chien, peut-être même de voiture. Les volets qui claquent depuis sec comme une injure. Les yeux de Woody Guthrie, la photo sur le mur. I said, hey, Mr. Hank Williams, my heart's been cheated too. I can't hide the signs of time, your cat has been long gone. I can't shake those lovesick blues long enough to cry about the pretty Jolie Blonde that's gone down the road. And all those country roads are calling me to you. The crazy heart is crying a love song about you. And all those country roads are calling me to you. The Cajun heart is dying somewhere in the bayou. Tous les banjos d'Alabama n'y pourront jamais rien. On t'a vu en Oklahoma, une vieille guitare en main. Harlow, dis-moi si tu la croises dans le city of New Orleans. Dis-les c'est turquoise, des dollars plein les jeans. Toutes ces country roads qui m'éloignent de toi, cette terre cajun qui pleure parce que tu n'es plus là. Toutes ces country roads qui m'éloignent de toi, cette terre cajun qui pleure parce que tu ne reviendras pas. Hey, hey, Bobby McGee, run that by me one more time. Before we hop on that Greyhound, let's have another ride. She's singing Lush Pala Patate and Folsom Prison Blues, while dealing cheating love songs là-bas dans les bayous. Et toutes ces country roads qui m'éloignent de toi, cette terre cajun qui pleure parce que tu n'es plus là. Oui, toutes ces country roads qui m'éloignent de toi, cette terre cajun qui pleure parce que tu ne reviendras pas. And all those country roads are calling me to you. The Cajun heart is crying a love song about you. And all those country roads are calling me to you. The Cajun heart is dying somewhere in the bayou.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Another epic. So this is a big weekend. We are, of course, live from the CFMAs here in Calgary. Danny, you've got a show to do tonight, along with there's a lot of artists playing tonight. It's going to be quite the evening. And I want to thank you for your music. I want to thank you for being here tonight, and to wish you good luck with your nomination.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, for me to be part of this weekend is an honor.
And don't forget, we have a promise.
Yes, I'll definitely come back to see you. We're just in.
Lovely. One more song.
One last song called Avant l'hiver. Yeah. Tourne les vents, tourne les feuilles, tourne comme tourne un enfant qui se croit l'œil des ouragans. Toutes les couleurs de l'univers se sont rassemblées tout à l'heure avant l'hiver et ses froideurs. Moi, je n'ai pas peur de l'hiver, de ces rafales, ces poudreries. Moi, je n'ai pas peur de l'hiver et les grands vents du bord de mer. Je m'en languis, c'est un peu qui je suis. Et les oiseaux, ils se chamaillent pour savoir qui sera devant et les détails d'embarquement. Dans la clameur, un bruit d'enfer, ils seront partis tout à l'heure avant l'hiver et ses froideurs. Moi, je n'ai pas peur de l'hiver, de ces rafales, ces poudreries. Moi, je n'ai pas peur de l'hiver et les grands vents du bord de mer. Je m'en languit. C'est un peu qui je suis. Qui je suis.
Live in our studio here at the Canadian Folk Music Awards. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome. We are at about 7:30 on this Friday night. Don't forget, Rena Harvey will be here at 8 o'clock with Waves and then Cam Hayden on the Friday night blues party. You're listening to The Celtic Show. I'm Andy Donnelly. This is The Fretless.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on down to the Gateway. We're going to get the show started in about 5 minutes. Grab your drink, grab a seat. We're going to get the show started in 5 minutes.
They're always a great return at a party. The Fretless from their album Live from the Art Farm, and that was Maggie's set to get the toes tapping on this Friday night on the Celtic Show with me, Andy Donnelly, live tonight in Calgary from SAIT, where we are at the Canadian Folk Music Awards. Now, I'm going to introduce you next to a young woman who, I don't know how long it's been, she's always sending me emails and things, and we're back and forth, and everybody works with her, and she's great. And she is the publicist from back east, as they say in the Highlands, for these here Folk Music Awards. This is the lovely Kimberly Sinclair.
Well, hello. How are you?
I'm great. It's good to see you. I know you've taken like 50 pictures of me, and you've been tweeting and twittering and whatever it is you do, sound clouding and things. Kimberly, what is it that you do to make all this happen?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Really what I think I do the most is I have to really love the music. The best part is I get to discover music from artists that I haven't necessarily gone deep with before, and the CFMAs gives me that opportunity. So it's a lot of research, a lot of writing, because I write all the announcements, let people know when tickets are on sale, and really I just want to paint a picture for the audience what this award show would be like, and what it would be like to be in the audience to celebrate the breadth and depth of folk music that's happening in Canada today.
And for you, I mean, your job starts way, way before most of the other things. I mean, you get a date, you're told a date, you're told who's going to be there, and then you have to form that whole thing, right?
Exactly. I believe we start 10 months before the actual event. So we start putting out, first it starts with the call for submissions. So we go back 10 months, you start with the call for submissions, then you have the whole jury process, then you start to build the show, you have to pick the city because the CFMAs moves around. You have to get the local host committee involved, and then you just start putting together the pieces.
Well, I think it's great that you always include CKUA in your emails, and you're always quick on the rebound when we ask you for if we need something, you've always got it happening and all that. But you've also, I mean, you're a publicist for so many bands in Canada, and you're like the go-to girl, it would seem.
You're very kind. I'm very fortunate.
It's true. You know, there's a couple of you, there's you and Teresa Ennis. I think the two of you have sort of got the thing going, and you've got it going on. The biggest thing is you get back to people, you give us the information. If we need the music, we've got the music the next day, and it's great for us as programmers and producers to know that you're out there doing that. And I want to thank you on behalf of all of us at CKUA. But it's pretty good for you too to have a wee radio station like CKUA, isn't it?
I'm a huge fan of you all as well. It's a win-win, I think.
So this weekend, you've got a pretty busy time ahead of you. I see that there's so many musicians here and so much work to do. And you're doing all this social media. How do you get to sleep at night? Or are you just exhausted and collapsed?
Exhausted
Pretty
and
much,
collapsed.
yeah.
But I enjoy it so much that for me, the time just goes so fast. It's like a blur when it's all over. But the beauty of it is since I take so many pictures, then I can go home and relive it all. And that to me is super fun as well.
Now, we're about 2 minutes away from the show beginning, and you have to be there, and you have to be directing everybody and making sure everybody's got their information and all their things. And tell us about the lineup, or tell our listeners about the great lineup that we've got here at SAIT tonight. We start off with...
I'm not sure the running order, but I know who's playing. So we've got Dana Wiley, we've got...
yourself honey with written guarantee to make you smile. But it's snowing in the city and the streets around are pretty. There's pretty folks all around the town. Yeah, but they never find me. And what I left behind me is the reason that I'll be outward bound. Outward bound, outward bound. It's good to be outward bound. Outward bound, outward bound. It's good to be outward bound.
Bonsoir. Bienvenue au 14e gala de musique folk du Canada. I may tell you one thing because on the program and all the things, I was supposed to co-MC with Jean Unsung. And unfortunately, she's dizzy. She's very, very sick and she's been to hospital and she came back. So we have another Jean Unsung, which is not the same. Not the same size, same voice, but, you know, charming as much. Yeah. C'est, alors, j'ai dit à James que, don't worry if I call you Jean sometime during the evening. You know, it's just the habit.
I can take it.
You can take it, that's
I can
good.
take it.
And for those who don't know, James, c'est une icône de l'Alberta, une icône de Calgary. He started playing here in Calgary. He's a local hero. He's not just a local hero, but he's definitely a local hero. Pour les gens qui ne le connaissent pas encore, moi je le compare, comme à Montréal, on a de grands chanteurs comme qu'on aurait Leonard Cohen à Montréal, on aurait ici à Calgary James Killian.
Merci.
And for Jean, because I know she's very, very sad not being here, we want to send you love, Jean, and we hope you will recover. And to be sure, we're going to do a big hug together for you, Jean.
Thank you, Benoit, and welcome everybody to the 14th Annual Canadian Folk Music Awards. We would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional territories of the Blackfoot and the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Siksika, the Piikuni, the Kainai, the Tsuut'ina, the Stoney Nakoda First Nations, including Chitikee, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nation, and the city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3.
Nous voulions commencer en soulignant que les terres sur lesquelles nous sommes réunis font partie du territoire traditionnel des Blackfoot et des peuples du traité numéro 7 du sud de l'Alberta, les Siksika, Pujuni, Kaina, Tsuut'ina et Stoney Nakoda, incluant les Premières Nations, Chiniki, Bearspaw, Wesley. La ville de Calgary est aussi le territoire de la nation métisse de l'Alberta, Région 3.
So this is the second year that we're incorporating the nominees into the evening gala by combining live music showcases with the awards gala. The feedback last year was exciting, and it seems to capture the true heart of the folk community during these two evenings. We'd like to mention, too, that both of these evenings are going to be streamed live. You can go to folkawards.ca or tell your friends, if you're social networking now, that they can see and listen to what's going on here. And the customary warning, please hold your applause until all the nominees have been read.
Oui, ça c'est important. Alors, c'est diffusé en direct sur Internet. Je ne vous donne pas l'adresse parce que si vous écoutez, c'est que vous êtes déjà sur l'adresse. Alors, mais c'est très important d'attendre, d'applaudir à la fin qu'on ait nommé tous les finalistes. Et on va commencer avec une première performance. Une fille d'Edmonton qui a une maîtrise en musicologie, qui a joué jusqu'en Taïwan, en Grande-Bretagne, une voix cristalline, des chansons habilement agencées, une voix pure qui mêle force et vulnérabilité.
Our first performer had quite a week in September. On September 20th, she was informed that she had been nominated for a Canadian Folk Music Award. The following day, she went into labor. And on September 22nd, she gave birth to Grayson Autumn Blackie. So she had a good week. She started her musical career in Taiwan, where she played blues, bluegrass, jazz, anything that she could. She wound up in the UK in 2005 and began writing and recording and touring. Her songs are animated by the music and the people that she's encountered. And she brings a way of looking at the world through a lens of great clarity, and her songs are packed with great tales of ordinary events and that reveal through her writing their poignant beauty. And we would very much like if you could please welcome with us Dana Wyman.
Tower of Song. Well, it is a real honor to be here, obviously. I'm the first performer, so I'm the first one to get to say that tonight. I think it's true for all of us, probably. And it's a lovely way to finish off my year. As you've heard already, I started off this year by getting pregnant. And by the way, I'd like you to give a big hand to Mr. Matt Blackie on the drums and getting me pregnant. And also Josh McCann on the double bass. Just the double bass. So I found that as soon as I got pregnant at the beginning of the year, I just, being a woman and being a mother, which I already am to a beautiful 6.5-year-old as well, just became the thing that I write about and became so prevalent. And when you're pregnant, you're so vulnerable. It's just a time of vulnerability, but also of great strength. And it kind of made me realize that those two things are so inherent in each other. And I feel like so much in the world today, we kind of make those things separate. And I feel like it's looking at things as if strength is void of vulnerability. I feel like that's how we get Donald Trump where he is. I feel like that's how we get Duterte where he is. That's how that happens. And as a woman and as a mother, it makes you feel very angry about that. So this next song is something that came out of my pregnancy, and it's kind of an ode to vulnerability. It's called Cry Out. Holder of worlds, servant of peace, let yourself cry out. 'Cause you are justified, and you are beautiful, you can fall apart, I don't mind. I don't mind. The stars have already heard your cries, and they are singing to you the sweetest lullaby. So holder of words, weaver of song, let yourself cry out. Maker of sun, seeker of moon, let yourself fall down. Just let the waves crash around you, 'cause you don't have to hold your ground. Hold your ground, 'cause you know she's gonna hold you. She will make you ready, she will make you full. Marker of words, maker of worlds, let yourself fall down. Flow down the river of your tears till you get to somewhere new. May as well let the current take you, 'cause that is what it's gonna do. Holder of worlds, servant of peace, let yourself cry out. 'Cause you are justified, and you are beautiful, you can fall apart, I don't mind, I don't mind. Wind is already carrying your cry, and they are healing wounds we've ripped into the sky. So holder of world, servant of peace, marker of worlds, maker of worlds, let yourself cry out, let yourself cry out, let yourself cry out. Oh. Thank you very much. So we've got one more for you. We're going to finish it off with a traditional song, a traditional English song. mostly a singer-songwriter. But I really like to do trad songs every once in a while because, well, I'm sure you'll agree with me, this is a folk crowd. The great thing about traditional songs is that they've come to us from hundreds of years ago and they've been touched by so many hearts and so many minds, so many voices and so many fingers. There's so much wisdom in there, and I love that. So we're going to leave you with this one. It's called Let No Man Steal Your Time.
branchy tree. Man, a clinging vine, and from her branches carelessly he takes what he can find. He takes what he can find. Among you fair and tender girls, flourish in your prime. Beware, beware if you're good and fair.
Dana Wiley, Matt Blackie, Josh McCann. Thank you.
Et maintenant, pour le prix de l'ensemble de l'année, Group of the Year, commandité par le Edmonton Folk Fest.
And the award is going to be presented by a gentleman who's a CFMA board member, is a musician, he's a co-founder of the Calgary Folk Club, the Northern Lights Folk Club in Edmonton, and he is the person who started Hillary's Ride for Mental Health. Could you please welcome Mr. Bill Worthman?
Good evening. I'm thrilled to be able to present the first award for the night, and that award is sponsored by some really good friends of mine at the Edmonton Folk Music Festival, and that award is for the Ensemble of the Year. Bringing together a group is fairly easy. However, combining artistic vision and blending voices, instruments, and personalities together, that takes a real art. These nominees have perfected that art, and they are the East Pointers for What We Leave Behind, the Fretless for Live from the Art Farm, Genticorum for Avant l'Orange, the Limbs for Heartbreak Songs for the Radio, and Ferris and Jason Romero for Sweet Old Religion. I am honored to present the Ensemble of the Year award to, drum roll, ta-da-ta-da-ta-da. I'm just kidding, we don't need a drum roll. The Limbs. Stand for a photo op here and make sure the...
Oh, photo op?
Photo op.
I'll
Sure.
stand
Okay. There you go.
Where do we look? Where do you look?
Oh, anywhere. Just look out there.
Hi.
Right there. This goes to you.
Oh,
And then we're going to ask you
thank you. Should we say thank you? Can we say thank you?
Say thank you.
We want to thank Sarah Porter, and I want to thank Nancy Ross, who's been with me since day one. And Lynn Hansen, you're awesome. Say something. Say thank you. Thank you very much.
I like it short like that. It's really short. Maintenant, pour l'auteur-compositeur francophone de l'année, on inviterait un excellent ambassadeur pour faire le croisement entre le français et l'anglais, qui est très bon pour faire la promotion du français auprès des Anglais et vice-versa. J'inviterais Bob Soucy, qui est membre du comité.
Merci beaucoup. Ce soir, j'ai l'honneur de présenter les personnes en nomination pour l'auteur-compositeur francophone de l'année. So I'm very pleased to present the nominees for the French-Canadian singer, or French singer-songwriter, I guess French-Canadian, sure, why not? Singer-Songwriter of the Year Award. We have amazing talent in Canada, especially on the Quebec side, and we have nominees here that I will read for you. Je vais lire la liste des personnes en nomination. Du groupe Ancoli, nous avons, il y en a plusieurs, Annick Bérubé, Nathalie Burns, Frédéric Joyal, Alain Souchon, Laurent Voulzy et Christian Bernard. Those are all singer-songwriters for the same album. The next person who is nominated, La prochaine personne est Danny Boudreau pour Mon été. And then we have Étienne Fletcher for Face A. And Benoît Pinette of Tir de la Coyote pour Désherbage. And finally, Christine Saint-Pierre for La Promesse. Drum roll, please. Let's see. Thank you. You're going to be asked to do this all night. Where's my list there? The winner is, it's for Ancoli, Annick Bérubé, Nathalie Burns, Christian Bernard, Frédéric Joyal, Alain Suchon, Laurent Boulzy. Merci beaucoup.
Did he really? It's you. Oh, here. One for you. Oh, over here, so they can take a picture.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Nathalie Burns. Moi, c'est Annick Bérubé. Nous sommes le duo Ancoli. Annick et moi avons écrit la majorité des chansons, mais c'est vrai que nous avons aussi la chance d'avoir eu des collaborateurs, Christian Bernard et Frédéric Joyal, avec qui on partage ce prix. Et on s'est permis une interprétation d'une chanson d'Alain Souchier, Laurent vous le dit. D'Alain Souchon, pardon. C'est la nervosité. C'est la nervosité. Alors, on partage ce prix avec eux. Merci beaucoup. Merci au Prix de musique folk canadienne pour cette belle reconnaissance. On était déjà tellement fiers d'être en nomination aux côtés de ces beaux artistes dans notre catégorie. Alors, de recevoir ce prix, c'est extraordinaire. On voudrait remercier aussi notre équipe. Alors, Simon Robitaille, Annie Bouchard et nos amoureux. Claude Fortier, Claude Michel Blot, nos enfants, famille, amis. Et puis, we just want to say a few words in English. We're so glad we came all over from Montreal to be here with you guys tonight to celebrate this folk music that we love so much and to connect with other Canadian folk artists. Thank you so much and good evening.
For those who don't understand French, they said that James was very sexy tonight.
I'm usually referred to as Benoit's ugly sister. Our next performer is nominated this year for Young Performer of the Year. He hails from London, Ontario, where I've had the chance to see him a couple of times. And I saw him last year at Folk Music Ontario. And he is the winner of Folk Music Ontario's Taylor Mitchell Bursary Award, and was also the winner of a Jack Richardson London Music Award. And as I said, he's nominated this year for Young Performer of the Year.
C'est un jeune homme, mais il a déjà fait une centaine de spectacles en solo. Moi, quand je l'ai écouté, je trouve que c'est vraiment la description d'une vieille âme dans un jeune corps. Il a une voix claire et envoûtante, c'est un naturel. Et son dernier CD s'appelle Home. Mesdames et messieurs, Ben Efron.
Letting go is not the same as having something ripped away. You'll never know until it's gone. It'll never really end okay. It doesn't matter what I say, 'cause at the end of the day, these emotions never change. They'll never really go away. you can say that you're okay. You've made it hard to know what's going on. How long can you stay here before you let this go? It's been a long time coming. Why it's come, we'll never know. But we're all here standing next to you. We're holding on to now before you go. The pain just wouldn't go. But yeah, you never let it show. You put up with it alone. But why'd you never let me know? And now we're standing here again. Oh, we're looking back, way back when we had it all in front of us. We never really thought about the end. How long can you stay here before you let this go? It's been a long time coming, but why it's come we'll never know. But we're all here standing next to you. We're holding on to now before you go. Before you go. Oh, before you go. Before you go, how long can you stay here before you let this go? It's been a long time coming, but why it's come we'll never know. But now I'm thinking of everything I never got to say, so I just hope you know. How long can you stay here before you let this go? It's been a long time coming, but why it's come we'll never know. But we're all here standing next to you. We're holding on to now before you go. Before you go. Before you go. Before you go. Thank you very much. All right, so yeah, my name is Ben Heffernan. Thank you to the CFMAs for having me here. I'm so lucky to be here. This is my first time out in Calgary, so I'm so happy to be out here with all you guys. Yeah. I told him I'd do this. Because, like, he was like, if you get an award, say it. But I'm just going to say it now so he still hears it. My cousin Kian is sitting next door in the cafe, and he's 8. He can't come in. He was really sad he couldn't come in. So I'm saying hi to Kian. Hope you can hear me. Yeah. There you go, Kian. You can hear that. All right, this next one's a new song. This is called Everything I've Ever Wanted. 1,000 times I've walked the street alone, but everything feels so new tonight. Just me and you in the fading sunlight. Take my hand and we'll walk all night. We get back home and sit around just talking. Turn the TV on, but nobody is watching. All I want and all I need is in your eyes tonight. Tonight. We don't have long before we have to go now. So just kiss me till the dark comes closing in. When you hold me in your arms, and I pray it lasts forever. This is everything I've ever wanted. Turn the music on, your song starts playing. You stand up and reach to take my hand. We start to dance, I start to realize I can't get you off my mind. You'll be there all the time. We don't have long before we have to go now. So just kiss me till the dark comes closing in. When you hold me in your arms, and I pray it lasts forever. This is everything I've ever wanted. Oh, oh, oh. So just kiss me till the dark comes closing in. When you hold me in your arms, and I pray it lasts forever. This is everything I've ever. We don't have long before we have to go now. So just kiss me till the dark comes closing in. When you hold me in your arms, and I pray it lasts forever. This is everything I've ever wanted. This is everything I've ever wanted. This is everything I've ever wanted. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Ben Heffernan. This is our last song. Thank you very much for listening. Thanks for having us. Hope you have a great rest of the night and tomorrow night. scared when you're falling in love, trying to make your way through the rubble above. Just hoping that the two of us will make it out okay. Feels so important now we at this my time when we grow and realize it's more to life. We're running out of times that we let slip away. Yet always knowing it'll never be the same. Yet I feel so surrounded. Why is this place so loud? I've had enough now. Realize what this is all about. Now we're here, I know you're the only light that shines. But when you look tonight, we'll never leave my mind. Hold me close and tell me it'll be alright. We can leave this place and run right through the night. Spending time with you, it hurts, and that's the truth. Getting closer to when I'll be losing you. But what if we just ran and left this all behind? Let's run away and see what else there is to find. Maybe I'm dreaming, maybe I'm just so lost. All I want now is all we are. Now we're here, I know you're the only light that shines. When you look tonight, we'll never leave my mind. Hold me close and tell me it'll be alright. We can leave this place and run right through the night. Why do I think it's my fault? Why am I playing this game? Why have I found myself back here all over again? We need to get away now, 'cause I'll miss you when you go. Let's drive around in your car playing the songs we've always known. Let's put this all behind us. Let's agree to disagree. But maybe this whole scene was just never right for me. You're the only one who knows this, 'cause I could see it in your eyes. You've been down the same path that I've walked 1,000 times. 1,000 times. Now we're here, I know you're the only light that shines. The way you look tonight will never leave my mind. Hold me close and tell me it'll be alright. We can leave this place and run right through the night. Oh, oh. Thank you very much.
Maintenant, pour présenter l'album Jeunesse de l'année, c'est quelqu'un qui a gardé le cœur et les yeux d'un enfant.
The next award is going to be presented by a CFMA board member. Could you please welcome Jocelyn Berbeau.
Bonsoir. Canada is known for producing high-quality children's music that appeals to the kid in all of us. This year's nominees are worthy additions to that tradition. The nominees for Children's Album of the Year, Album Jeunesse de l'année, are Electric Jellyfish Boogaloo by the Oot Noots. Yeah. Grand Tintamarre, chanson et comptine acadienne, by Joseph Elgar, Lisa Leblanc, Robin Joël Cool, Wannabe Farmer, Vichten, Caroline Savoie, Edith Butler. Highway to Spell by Jeremy Fisher Jr. Love, Kisses and Hugs by Splash and Boots, and the Superstar Sibling Detective Agency by the Swinging Bells. This year's recipient is... This is scarier than you think, everyone. Kind of like this is, and it's the first time I ever do this. I feel like I'm like a 12-year-old. Like this. Okay, Children's Album of the Year, Album Jeunesse de l'année, Grand Tintamarre, Chanson et comptine acadienne by Joseph Elgar, Lisa Leblanc, Robin, Joël Cool, Wannabe Farmer, Vichten, Caroline Savoie, and Edith Butler. Right, right. I do. There are a lot of them, but none of them are here, apparently, because I receive also this paper. It says, on behalf of the children's publishing house, La Montagne Secrète, I would like to thank the singers Joseph Elgar, oh my God, this list, Lisa Leblanc, Vichten, Edith Butler, Robin Joël Cool, Caroline Savoie, and Wannabe Farmer, as well as producer Benoît Maurier and illustrator Mathilde Saint-Mars. This collection of folk songs from Acadia was possible thanks to the extensive research over many years by several dedicated maritime ethnomusicologists. Catherine Jolicoeur, Hélène Crichton, Anselme Chiasson, Jeanne d'Arc d'Aigle, Georges Arsenault, and Robert Boutillier. Thanks again also to Musique Action and SODEC for their financial support. And that's an acceptance speech by Roland Stringer, who is the publisher of the album.
We'll accept on their behalf.
And Grit will accept on their behalf.
Maintenant, pour présenter le prix pour la catégorie Jeune Artiste de l'année, commencez par Penguin Eggs Magazine.
Presenting the next award is a man who's no stranger to the CFMAs. In fact, nominated for one of the Lifetime Achievement Awards at the Folk Alliance in the 20th year of the magazine's history. Could you please welcome Mr. Ronnie Campbell?
Well, Penguin Eggs is absolutely thrilled to be sponsoring the Young Performer of the Year award. We've sponsored it since day one, and we've seen lots of fruits come to bear. It's been a cliche, actually, you know, over the years, the Young Performer of the Year award, because that's what the future of this music's all about, isn't it, really? And Canadian folk music is in very good hands. These young people bring their youthful perspective and energy to the tradition of folk music, keeping it alive and vibrant for the generations to come. This year's nominees are Nick Errol, Joseph Coffin of Errol and Coffin for A Day in July, Ben Hefferman, who we just seen for Home, Christine Howes for We Were, Marley Mullen for Fiddle Dance, Jessica Wedden for One More Time. The 2018 Young Performer of the Year, the award goes to Errol and Coffin, A Day in July. So collect on their behalf.
Hello, I am neither Earl or Coffin.
Closer to the mic.
Hi, my name's Bonnie. They are both unfortunately not able to be here, but they wrote something for me to say. So they say, thank you very much. We are so thankful for this recognition. We want to thank the CFMAs for not only this award, but for accepting us into the folk community. 2018 has been a breakthrough year for us in Canada and the US, and that wouldn't have been possible without the support of Musique NL, Arts NL, and Factor. We would also like to thank Dean and Stevie Sayers at Citadel House, our label. Thank you to our manager, Bruce Morrell, and a huge thank you to our parents, excuse me, who have supported us, who supported all of our endeavors. We love you. Lastly, a big thank you to everyone who buys our albums and comes out to the shows. We are very honored to receive this award, Nick and Joe. Thank you very much.
Go down this way.
Maintenant, un peu de musique. Un groupe qui est commandité par, sponsored by Creative Saskatchewan. Une musique qui interpelle et infiniment de bon goût. C'est une musique qui groove. C'est un groupe donc de la Saskatchewan.
Our next group is one of CBC Saskatchewan's 2017 artists to watch. They perform lively dance music steeped in the rich traditions of Scottish and Cape Breton fiddle and pipe tunes, of which you are great fans. As a matter of fact, we heard them warming up backstage, and they were truly impressive. So we would like you to put your hands together, please, and welcome from Saskatchewan. Let me just try that again. From Saskatchewan, where all the music is played flat. I'm a plain speaker.
I guess maybe they're going to play acoustic.
So this is what happens when there's a technical glitch and you have to cover. I start telling puns.
Il y a ce genre de musique, j'ai un ami qui décrit, c'est une musique qui a du poil et de l'odeur. I can't translate that, it's really bad, you know, but in French it sounds good.
Another minute, two.
Just while that's going on, brief commercial announcement. All the performers who are playing tonight and who are playing tomorrow night as well, CDs and merchandise is available just back there. And it's a great way to support the musicians you're here seeing tonight by taking the music home with you. And a lot of these musicians tonight are going to be are new to you. And there's no better way to support a new musician to you than to take home some of their music. Benoit, have you got a joke?
Yeah.
Bilingual joke.
So, yeah, bilingual joke. I got, bilingual joke. Okay, attends un peu là. There was a guy who was looking for a strange neighbor who was making cars. And they were good, but they were driving very slow. But he liked very much Superman, so he put an S on the car, and he was looking the car. Oh, wow, look, how that S car go. It's from my friend, a clown, what's his clown from Toronto? Big,
Doug Ford.
No.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, west of Mabu.
All right, I think we're ready to go here. Makes us go faster and harder. So let's hear some hoots out there. Woo! Yeah, there we go. And now let's try your yo. And just for you Calgary folk. Yeehaw! There you go. All right. let's keep it going. Let's go here. Next set, a great set of tunes. First one written here by Justin Easton on the guitar. The next one by Roberta Wallace and the one off with The First Pint, which I hope many of you are past by now. All right, ready, Justin? There we go. Thank you very much. So happy to be up and out here in Calgary playing our tunes for you. It's been a lot of fun doing this stuff, and so we're happy that other people enjoy it as well. We got one more for you before the break. This is one from our first album. And it's kind of the first time the group sat down together. Went into the studio with a couple tunes, had no idea what we're doing, and sort of came up with this. So we like it. It's called Asleep at the Wheel. It's a great little set here. So let's take it off, Justin. Take it away. Austin Easton on the guitar, ladies and gentlemen. Roberta Wallace and Scott Benson on fiddle. Jared Dormer on drums. My name's Alex Rasmussen, and we are West of Mamu. Thank you.
West of Mamu. The next award this evening is for Producer of the Year. Now, for those of you who don't know what a producer does, you're probably a musician. Not unlike myself. But producers are a little bit like jewelers. They take a lovely little gemstone and they do a little cutting here and a little polishing there, and they make the project sparkle and they make it shine. They expose the light and the beauty of that gem, and they play to its strengths. Yeah. The producer's being honored. Sorry, I haven't been produced very well. The producers being honored this year as nominees are Ozan Baz for Uprooted by Minor Empire.
Steve Dawson pour Same As I Ever Have Been by Matt Paderchuk.
Lynn Hanson and Lynn Miles for Heartbreak Song for the Radio by the Lynns.
Chris McCool and John Beadle Bailey pour Christmas Carol par Sultans of String.
And Susie Vinnick and Mark Lalama for Shake the Love Around by Susie Vinnick.
Et le prix va.
So exciting.
Steve Dawson pour As I Ever Have Been by Matt Paderchuk.
Hi, everybody. My name's Matt. Steve couldn't be here tonight, so he asked me to say a few things on his behalf. He'll be here tomorrow, so when you see him, make sure you give him a hearty slap on the back and tell him congratulations. But he asked me to thank a few folks for him. First of all, Factor and Creative BC, who contributed greatly to making the album. And also the musicians and the engineers who worked so hard and were such a big part of the album, including Jeremy Holmes, Jay Belrose, Chris Gestrin, Josh Zubat, John Reichman, Jerry Cook, Sheldon Zaharko, Nick Siviero, Annie Kennedy, and of course Steve's great friend Kevin Moody, who's no longer with us, and Ms. Alice Dawson, who does so much work behind the scenes for Black End Music. And since Steve's not here to defend himself, I'm going to say a few words about him. He's obviously blessed with an incredible musical talent and an ability to listen, but he takes full advantage of those abilities by being one of the hardest working people I know. And in addition, he's respectful and incredibly creatively generous. And I think to the selection committee, you've made a fine choice. So on behalf of Steve, thank you very much. We'll see you again.
We're going to present one more award before we take a 20-minute intermission, but it is an award that a lot of thought goes into every year, because it's the Unsung Hero Award, and it honors that person behind the scenes who makes the music industry and our lives as musicians work. To present the award, we'd like to welcome up from CKUA Radio a voice that's well known in this province, a gentleman by the name of Tom Cogsworth.
C'est un prix tellement important, c'est un des prix les plus importants, le travailleur de l'ombre. C'est ces gens qui font marcher, qui font fonctionner la machine puis qu'on ne voit pas. Donc, en plus de Tom Cogsworth, il va y avoir ici Roddy Campbell pour présenter le prix travailleur de l'ombre.
Good evening. Wow. I don't know how to express this other than to say thank you, thank you, thank you to the community builders, the people that help put on, the local organization here of the Canadian Folk Music Awards, to put on this wonderful, wonderful event. So if you just put your hands together, this is an Alberta project with big thanks to the Canadian Folk Music Awards. For them coming back here for the 4th year in a row really says something about this community, the volunteers, the artists, the performers, the folk clubs. On behalf of Andy Donnelly and myself, of the Celtic Show, CKUA, we're so proud and inspired every single day by what you do. Also want to thank the Canadian Folk Music Awards for all they do for folk music in Canada. These gatherings have happened since 2008, and I think it's incredibly important we continue them and we get that support. And even though the local committee may be a little tired, we welcome them back to Alberta anytime at all. Especially for choosing Terry Wickham as the Unsung Hero for the Canadian Folk Music Awards. It was over 3 decades ago, 32 years ago, that I sat on a committee to select the next artistic director for the Edmonton Folk Music Festival. Now, he almost didn't get the job. In the interview, he said, "Guess what, folks? I'm going to book Van Morrison." Well, we knew that was never going to happen, but we like dreamers a lot, so Terry Wickham became the artistic director. Behind the scenes, he has done so much for this community and supported us all. And he would not accept this award, but he would simply say that it's on behalf of the volunteers and the community that he supports with the Edmonton Folk Festival. It's amazing that we get an opportunity to do this and celebrate our own. Here's another dreamer from Dingwall, Scotland. This man is a dreamer as well, because for 20 years he's been the wizard of penguin eggs. Please help me to thank Roddy Campbell up here to say thank you on Terry Wickham's behalf. Roddy?
What kind words from Tom. And of course, Tom blesses our community every week on his radio show, spreads the word, as does Andy, as who we've heard earlier on. Before we get tore into Terry is in Hawaii and he's not apologizing because he's on holiday in Hawaii. How could you not like that? But anyway, the Slate Music Unsung Hero Award. I'll give you the full bump here. This is the annual award, recognizes the exceptional contribution of an individual, group, or organization to any aspect of the Canadian folk music scene, performance, promotion, presentation, etc. It recognizes those who work tirelessly behind the scenes for the love of the music, who have not been publicly recognized for their contributions. Now, I can't think anybody more worthy than Terry Wickham, and we'll have a wee film after I talk, myself and Tom here. So I'm going to keep this very brief, and I'll just give you a couple of insights into Terry. I met Terry when he came to Edmonton first in the late 80s. I was a reporter doing folk and roots music at the Edmonton Journal, and Terry phoned me up one day right out of the blue, just wanted to get to meet. From that day on, we became friends. I always remember one of the key things with Terry, and he always brings it up when we sit and talk and have a beer or whatever, it was when the Folk Alliance was in Calgary in the early 90s, and we're driving home, and he goes, I just had a vision, he said to me, that the Edmonton Folk Festival is going to take over from all the other folk festivals. At the time, Vancouver and Winnipeg were the cornerstones of the folk festival scene in Canada. Well, since then, the Edmonton Folk Festival has only lost money and hasn't sold out one. No, that's not true. It's only once not made money in all these years. And Terry did the same thing. He took over Calgary for probably about a dozen years, turned a $75,000 deficit into a profit in the first year, and it's made, all the years he was there, it made money. Little story. A couple of years ago, we were at, it's probably about 10 years ago now, we were at Winnipeg. And one of the headliners was Bob Geldof. So after the show, we're back in the hotel in Winnipeg. Of course, Terry's from Dublin, Bob Geldof's from Dublin. The artistic director introduces the two of us. So Bob Geldof goes to Terry, so where are you from in Dublin? He says, North Dublin. Bob Geldof simulates masturbation. It must be an Irish thing. Anyway, young Terry grew up in northern Dublin. When he was in school, there was a day the teacher went around the class, what do you want to do? Hey Sean, what do you want to do? I want to be a fireman. Patrick, what about you? What do you want to be? I want to be a soldier. Terence, what would you like to be? A philanthropist. True story. Wanted to become a philanthropist. Yeah, we can all laugh. But you know, as the years have gone by and people like Ron Hines got sick and John Mann got sick and folk festivals like Stan Rogers Memorial Festival got hit by a hurricane and Bear Creek was struggling to get off the ground, who came to their aid? Who provided financial stability? Who provided financial stability to this Folk Awards? The Edmonton Folk Festival and Terry Wickham. I talked to him last week and I said, what do you want to say to the people out here? He says it's easy to be generous with other people's money. Yeah, maybe so, but it takes a big heart to see where the need lies. I am so proud, as is my friend here, Tom. We are honored to present this award to Terry Wickham. Yeah, sorry, I got a bit choked up on it. My friends, and a fantastic ambassador to Canadian folk music, to Terry Wickham.
It's very hard to hear an unsung hero. What do you think if we can listen to him after the intermission? Yeah, that's good for you. N'oubliez pas qu'il y a des enregistrements des finalistes ici, juste à l'arrière, là-bas. Alors, enjoy. We'll be back in.
Hopefully we'll be back in 20 minutes with a singing Terry Wickham. Enjoy the intermission. Welcome back, everyone. It's time to put down the selfie sticks. Did you have a good intermission? Have you been enjoying the music so far? Excellent. So we're gonna pick up where we left off, and we're gonna let the unsung heroes sing. So could you please put your attention on the lovely visage of Mr. Terry Wickham.
On behalf of the Edmonton Folk Music Festival, I'd like to thank you all for this great honour. And sorry I can't be with you in Calgary, the city I landed in as an immigrant in June of 1976. I would like to take some time to acknowledge the real unsung heroes, the staff, the coordinators, the board members, the 200-hour-plus volunteers that I've worked with over 30 years, and the founders of all these festivals, people like Mitch in Winnipeg, Troy at Stanfest, the dozens of founders across from Ontario, Quebec, and all across the country, and the founders of folk clubs, magazines, showcases, and especially the organizers and founders of the Canadian Folk Music Awards. Together they've left a legacy that is second to none in the world, and festivals that are the envy of many in the world collectively. I would like to especially honor the friends and families of all nominees who helped them get here, and best of luck to all nominees. I will leave you with a note. I'm sure Calgary will host the awards in their usual generous manner. I'll leave you with one note. We're known for our hospitality. The welcome I received in Canada was what I remember most, going back to '76. And I would remind organizers of festivals that with legalization, you'll now have to increase your artistic budget for hospitality. Shantava, thank you very much.
Et maintenant, passer à la musique, une musicienne qui est originairement d'Ontario, mais qui s'est aussi beaucoup promenée, qui a habité le Yukon, le territoire du Nord-Ouest, où elle habite toujours. Elle est bachelière en enseignement de la musique. Elle a une formation en violon, en jazz, en bluegrass. Une artiste qui s'intéresse à l'humain, qui aussi s'est spécialisée dans le répertoire métis.
For many years, Andrea Becker studied and taught music in Toronto. And she decided she wanted to try something new, and she applied for teaching positions up north. And she's been up there now for 15 years with her family, living off the grid on Jolliffe Island on Great Slave Lake. Teaches fiddle in 2 schools in her area. Her music is a fusion of the musical styles that she loves, especially traditional fiddle and gypsy jazz. She's nominated this year for Instrumental Solo Artist of the Year. Could you please welcome Andrea Becker.
Thank you.
much. I'm Andrea Betker, as you might surmise from the screen over there. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Canadian Folk Music Awards for inviting us to play here tonight. To all of the amazing organizers of this event, all of these volunteers, wow, very impressive. And also to the tech crew that's helping us out on stage. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the government of the Northwest Territories who are responsible for getting us here tonight and for the weekend. Tonight we're going to be presenting a bunch of snapshots of original tunes. For me, the North inspires so many things through its serene beauty. Unbelievable light and sound, incomprehensible darkness and cold. I'm inspired by northern crooked Métis rhythms and exposure to the extreme elements in a cabin where I live on a little island off the grid with my family on the shores of the 10th largest freshwater lake in the world. Yes, very inspiring. If you could just close your eyes for a moment and imagine, let's go there. It's 8:30 p.m. The kids are asleep, hopefully. It's -36. And I'm wrapping myself up beyond recognition to walk my dog across the frozen bay. The dull light of my headlamp is inconsequential against the symphony of lights moving across the sky, and the crunching of my footsteps leads me to wherever we are, but there's something that connects all of us. At the moon goes home, northern lights sing, and the stars they shine, and everything, I'll take your hand, we'll walk
Andrea Bedgan. On voudrait signer si they were sponsored by the Northwest Territories to come. Le prochain prix, donc, le groupe instrumental de l'année. Ça prend souvent beaucoup d'années avant de développer une précision entre les musiciens. Alors, on a en nomination les finalistes.
Carlos Santana said instrumental music can speak a lot more clearly than any spoken language. Pure melody goes outside time. And while you won't find a lot of lyrics in the CDs of these nominees, you will nevertheless find passion, you'll find sadness, you'll find mirth and joy. It's an entirely different kind of storytelling. The nominees for Instrumental Group of the Year: the Andrew Collins Trio for Groove,
The Fretless pour Live from the Art Farm,
Miller McDonald and Cormier for South Haven,
So Long 7 pour Kalakalo,
and West of Mabu for The Bridge. And the person taking home the Canadian Folk Music Award is the Fretless for Live from the Art Farm.
What a treat. Carnell and Eric, who aren't here, and Ben and myself, we travel around and play music in this little nuclear family of folk music, and we have the best time. It's so fun. We love it a lot. And coming to something like this and the other folk events around Canada really does feel like a cousin gathering where we just get to, you know, make fun of the same relatives. But more, hang out together and see each other and feel like we're part of something and like we're, you know, working towards the same goals and sharing in that. And, well, yeah, this is fantastic, and this award means so much, but also this community means so much to us as well.
We should thank Sean Boyd and Adrian Dolan and Roberta Landreth and everybody else who has been so encouraging during the record process, and a lot of people's help went into this. All the other nominees in this category, those records are all amazing, and we're humbled to be in the category with you guys. So, thank you, everyone.
Our next award is going to be for Contemporary Singer. It's going to be presented by a gentleman who does a lot to foster the music scene in Prince Edward Island and to represent Prince Edward Island musicians all over the world. In fact, could you please welcome Mr. Rob Oakey.
Good evening, bonsoir. As James said, I'm from Prince Edward Island. I'm the executive director of Music PEI, and I feel very fortunate to have that job because I get to work with some amazing artists. We have, well, we've got 3 nominees here tonight, which is pretty incredible. I also want to take this opportunity to invite you all to Prince Edward Island next year. The Canadian Folk Music Awards are going to be in Charlottetown. Yeah! I can't think of a better place to have a party. So you got to come out and join us. So I am going to be presenting the Contemporary Singer Award, which recognizes a contemporary solo vocalist or a specified vocalist within a group Today's contemporary singer sings about a wide range of topics, a wide variety of genres, and has to be convincing whether the song is funny or serious. So the nominees for the Contemporary Singer of the Year are Kelly Lowder for Benefit of Doubt, Rob Lutz for Walk in the Dark, Catherine McClellan for If It's All Right With You, the songs of Gene McClellan. Yeah. Dylan Menzie for As the Clock Rewinds, and Dana Wiley for The Earth That You're Made Of. Give them a round of applause. That's a great group right there. So the award goes to the Contemporary Singer of the Year is Rob Lutz, Walk in the Dark. Is there someone coming up on behalf of Rob? Oh, here we go.
Making her way. Here. Yeah. Congratulations. Here, this is on Rob's behalf.
So Rob couldn't be here tonight. He would have loved to be. He is in the middle of a tour. He'd like to thank everybody here who produces the CFMAs, who volunteers, who makes this event happen every year. He'd like to congratulate all his fellow nominees, Catherine, Dana, Dylan, and Kelly, for their beautiful work. He'd like to thank Rob Heaney, his co-producer and the engineer for Walk in the Dark, for the special feel and sound of the album. Thanks as well to Rob McDonald, the musicians who played, Publicist Sarah French, Frank Rozak, and Simon Fautou. Thank you to Canada Council, a factor. Enormous thanks to his family, and especially to his wife Monique for her incredible ears and ideas. And Rob wants to thank all the great singers, current and past, so many of them Canadians, who've brought beauty into his life and inspired him to sing. Thank you very much.
Our next performer this evening is a prolific Acadian singer-songwriter who has shared the stage with such artists as Francis Cabrel, Zachary Richard, Alan Doyle, Bruce Guthrow, and many, many more.
C'est quelqu'un qui n'est pas encore très connu partout au Canada, mais c'est Danny Boudreau, c'est un gars qui vient de Petit-Rocher, au Nouveau-Brunswick, un endroit où je suis allé charmant, tout petit, mais qui font bien. C'est un gars qui tourne en Afrique, en Europe, au Canada. Il a écrit pour des gens très connus, Wilfred de Boutillier, Patrick Normand, Annie Blanchard, entre autres. Les journalistes en Europe le comparent à Francis Cabrel. C'est comme lui, cette magie commune qui fait d'une chanson un petit bijou dans lequel on entre à fond. Je vous demande d'accueillir Danny Boudreau.
What? I can tune that for you. You can tune that for me? Ouais, je pense que oui. Hein.
Good here, good looking.
Pardon me?
It's a 15-year good looking.
I don't control the sound here.
Now remember,
Great.
shake it till you break.
Almost there.
There you go. It's the tale of an old sailor. C'est la chanson du vieux matelot. Une nuit frisquette sur le pont d'un bateau, j'attrapais le mal si je ne pars pas le taux. Sur une goélette, le vent glace ma peau. Je suis pas marin d'eau douce, je suis un matelot. Je voudrais voguer sur la mer encore longtemps. Je veux me faire bercer par les flots de l'océan. À la barre de ce vieux mafio, je suis bien quand je suis sous l'eau. J'ai vu l'océan avaler un navire. On peut prédire le temps, encore moins l'avenir. Sous une pluie d'étoiles remplies de souvenirs, quand je hisse la voile, je me sens rajeuni. Je voudrais voguer sur la mer encore longtemps. Je veux me faire bercer par les flots de l'océan. À la barre de ce vieux mafio, je suis bien quand je suis sous l'eau. Quand je m'arrêterai, apportez-moi à boire. Je vous raconterai mes plus belles histoires. Quand vous ne me verrez plus assis au fond du bar, j'espère que vous chanterez cet air en ma mémoire. Lui qui a tant vogué sur la mer si longtemps, lui qui s'est fait bercer par les flots de l'océan. À la barre de ce vieux mafio, je suis bien quand je suis sous l'eau. Je suis bien quand je suis sous l'eau. Thanks. Merci beaucoup. It is an honor and a pleasure for me to be here this weekend. C'est un plaisir vraiment pour moi de venir célébrer cet événement avec vous. C'est la première fois. It's my first time here in Calgary, so I'm very, very happy to be here. I'd say that 99% of my songs are in French. About a couple of years ago, I got this song from, it's a song I co-wrote actually with a friend of mine from France. And he sent me some lyrics. He wanted me to do the music for it. J'ai mis cette chanson-là en musique d'un ami français. Et puis je trouvais ça trop long. J'ai dit, il faut raccourcir un peu la chanson. We're gonna make a nice little love story about it. And the Jolie Blonde's gonna leave for Louisiana. And after the song was done, I said, listen, I think we should do an English version of this song. So here's the bilingual version of the two songs. So I sort of made a mixture of both songs. The French song is called La photo sur le mur, and the English one is The poster on the wall. Une photo de Woody Guthrie épinglée au mur. Dehors la niche du chien, quelques pneus de voiture. Et les volets qui claquent et le puits sec comme une injure. Les yeux de Woody Guthrie, la photo sur le mur. So hey, Mr. Hank Williams, my heart's been cheated too. I can't hide the signs of time, your cat has been long gone. I can't shake those lovesick blues long enough to cry about the pretty jolie blonde that's gone and done me wrong. And all those country roads are calling me to you. The Cajun heart is crying a love song about you. And all those country roads are calling me to you. A Cajun heart is dying somewhere in the bayou. Tous les banjos d'Alabama, ils pourront jamais rien. On t'a vu en Oklahoma, une vieille guitare en main. Arlo, dis-moi si tu la croises dans le city of New Orleans. Adidas et turquoise, les dollars plein les jeans. Toutes ces country roads qui m'éloignent de toi. Cet air cajun qui pleure parce que tu n'es plus là. Mais toutes ces country roads qui m'éloignent de toi. Cet air cajun qui pleure parce que tu ne reviendras pas. Said, hey, hey, Bobby McGee, run that by me one more time. Before we hop on that Greyhound, let's have another round. She's singing Lash Pala Patat and Folsom Prison Blues, while dealing cheating love songs là-bas dans les bayous. Et toutes ces country roads qui m'éloignent de toi, cet air cajun qui pleure parce que tu n'es plus là. Et toutes ces country roads qui m'éloignent de toi, cet air cajun qui pleure parce que tu ne reviendras pas. And all those country roads are calling me to you. A Cajun heart is crying a love song about you. All those country roads are calling me to you. The Cajun heart is dying somewhere in the bayou. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Depuis 3 ou 4 ans, je découvre l'Ouest canadien. In the last 3 or 4 years, I've been coming more and more to West Canada, which is great for me because I've been touring quite a bit in Europe and quite a bit in Quebec and East Coast. But the last tour I did actually was in March. We did a little tour of 20 dates in Manitoba, and it was with Jocelyne Baribeau. She's here tonight, actually, and I think it'd be a good time for me to introduce the new project we've been working on. C'est un nouveau projet qui s'appelle Beau Séjour. The album's going to be out in February, and we'd like to do one song for you. with Jocelyne Baribeau. If she's here, Jocelyne Baribeau. Oh, she's there.
J'ai un micro.
Ça marche? Here's the first song we wrote, actually. C'est la première qu'on a écrite, puis ensuite on a écrit 10 chansons. We wrote 10 songs. And we just finished the recording 2 weeks ago, actually.
And we're still talking. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
That's a very, very good plan. So I noticed when I was in Acadie recording that everyone there is shorter than me. And I tried to convince Danny that for our project he should stand on a box. And he's refused. I'm very upset about this. You do refuse?
Yeah.
He still refuses. So I'll have to go get height reduction surgery. No? No. So we're all the rest of the band is Acadian, so they're all shorter than me. And then there's me. So they're Acadian. They took 3 Acadiens to represent l'Acadie, 1 Manitoban.
But I told her as soon as we start touring, I'll wear cowboy boots and a hat, so we'll be pretty much same height.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Tant d'histoires dans ton regard et tant de mots dans tes silences et dans le bleu de tes yeux noirs, les vagues de la mer en délivrance.
Jamais trop tôt, jamais trop tard, tu es toujours de circonstance. Comme un train qui quitte la gare pour les prairies de ton enfance. Et quand le soleil dit bonjour,
que la nuit rencontre le jour,
une voix me rappelle toujours
que peu importe les détours,
avec tes yeux de lucide star, tu iras loin, tu iras fort, avec ta voix puis ta guitare, tu n'as jamais cherché la gloire.
comme la lumière dans un phare qui vient traverser la brunante, pour que les bateaux ne s'égarent. La nuit quand la lune est absente,
Tu arrives toujours de nulle part, tout comme la marée montante, et bien ancré dans ta mémoire. Y a tant de souvenirs qui te hantent, et quand le soleil dit bonjour,
quand la nuit rencontre le jour,
une voix me rappelle toujours
que peu importe les détours,
avec tes yeux de lucide star, tu iras loin, tu iras fort, avec ta voix puis ta guitare, tu n'as jamais cherché la gloire. Avec ta voix puis ta guitare, tu n'as jamais cherché la gloire. Jocelyne Baribeau.
Monsieur Danny Boudreau.
That was one of the prettiest things I've heard all night. That was fantastic. Danny Boudreau and Jocelyn Berbeau. Oh, am I starting this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm starting this one. Which one is this? There it is. Hang on, let me shuffle my papers.
It's the emotion.
It's the emotion? Benoit and I are here to present the World Solo Artist of the Year. Now, the nominees in this category encompass a wide variety of musical traditions and cultures: Indigenous, Venezuelan, Czech, Haitian, Scandinavian. But we're incredibly fortunate to be able to hear such a diversity of music within our borders.
Surtout, en fait, s'ils pouvaient, chaque personne, apporter une recette de famille de leur tradition, ce serait... Alors, pour les finalistes sont dans la catégorie musique du monde solo.
Jean-François Bélanger pour Les Entrailles de la Montagne.
Daniel Bellegarde pour Bellegarde, en fait pour Amba Tonnel.
Eliana Cuevas for Golpes y Flores.
Lenka Lichtenberg pour Masaryk Narodny Pistny.
And Buffy St. Marie for Medicine Songs. Oh, I get to open it again? It's the second time I get to open an envelope tonight. I'm excited. World Solo Artist of the Year is going to Eliana Cuevas for Golpes y Flores.
We'll have John Bailey on behalf of Eliana Cuevas.
Wow. Congratulations to Eliana. She is on the road right now. She was just playing out west in Vancouver, and I think they're flying over top of us, and I'm not sure where they are now, but this grand, great country of ours is such an incredible place to play. Wow. Felicidades to Eliana, and what an incredible opportunity to be able to make great music in Canada. The whole time that we were making this record, there was and has been some very, very difficult situations going on in Venezuela with their political system and their economy, and it's been heartbreaking to see that. And we channeled that into an incredible record of incredible Venezuelan music. And I would be remiss if not to thank Jeremy Ledbetter, who's her incredible right hand and incredible producer on the record. I was the engineer on the record. And of course, Peter Cardinale at All Records and Universal Music. And of course, this incredible country that we live in, to have such great grant programs, you know, having Factor, having Radio Star Maker, having Canada Council for the Arts, and Ontario Arts Council. These things, when I hear from our American counterparts that don't have these things, we are so lucky and so blessed to be able to have that. And so we would not be here without that. So thank you so much.
Yes, I will. Do I keep this or? Yeah. Well, no, you don't keep it. You give it to Eliana. He was going to make off with the award. No. We've got to, well, we're pleased to introduce our next guest, who's got some housekeeping to do. And I just want to say, I'm just going to introduce him and be like blatantly personal about it. That guitar I was playing in the first song is the only guitar that I have used in my professional career. It's been the guitar upon which I've recorded all 13 of my CDs. It is the guitar upon which I wrote all of the songs for those 13 CDs. That guitar has been a constant and true friend of mine, and it comes from the artistry of Grant Laskin. And I can't thank him enough for that. I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done for Canadian folk music and for musicians like me. Benoit?
Moi, tous mes amis qui sont guitaristes et qui ont entendu parler des guitares Laskin, ils veulent en essayer, ils veulent en acheter, ils veulent visiter son atelier. C'est un génie. J'avais déjà parlé que j'ai un ami qui est un super fabricant d'accordéon et qui disait que dans toutes les catégories, si on met toutes les catégories ensemble, de luthier, c'est le meilleur au Canada. Et ça, on ne parle que de lutherie, parce que c'est un organisateur, c'est un des fondateurs des prix de musique folk du Canada. C'est un fondateur de Borealis Records, c'est un fondateur d'un camp de musique. C'est un idéateur. Si vous avez besoin d'idées, you need ideas, is the guy to get. Please welcome Grant Laskin.
Thank you guys for that impressive introduction. I'm going to have to do my best to live up to it. But anyway, welcome to everybody. And some of the things I'm going to be saying are on behalf of the board, representing the board of the Canadian Folk Music Awards. But one of the first things that I feel it's so important to say is that our biggest sponsors, our biggest supporters that enable this organization to put on these awards are the artists who make the music and submit the albums and choose to come to the CFMA. So thank you for that. You are number one. And I just want to slip in something to thank James Keelahan for sitting in for Jean, who got ill just at the last minute. This was less than 48 hours before we were here, and James jumped in. So James, wherever you are, thank you so much again for doing that. And of course, with Benoit, what a great team you've been. Thank you. And what I'm doing, obviously, is a bunch of thank yous that are very deserving. And the next one on the list, not in any special order, but just when I could think of them, is all the jurors, 95 of them across the country, who listen to all the music with as much integrity as they can bring to it and try and make important decisions for us and for the artists and their careers, both for the nominations. And we really appreciate the effort. And sometimes they have many, many CDs to listen to, and we feel we're abusing our friendships a little bit, but they've been coming through for years, and we really appreciate it. And speaking of years, I just wanted to correct something that was said earlier in the night. We actually began the Folk Awards in 2005. This is the 14th year of the Folk Awards. I should also tell you that this has been run by a volunteer board. We all have other careers in our lives, but we pulled it off, and I want to let you know who they are. You've seen some of them tonight coming up to stage, some presenting, some you haven't yet. We're excited because we have board members pretty much from each coast, from BC to PEI. We really are a national organization. Our board members are Judith Laskin, Graham Lindsay, Diana Stewart-Imbert, Bob Stark, sorry Bob, I called you Rob. I know some people might, but I'm not your parents, so I'm not calling you Rob. Bob Susie, Bill Worthman, Scott Merrifield, Vic Close, Jocelyn Berrybow, and Rob Oakey, and this is the board that puts on the Canadian Folk Music Awards. Now this year we were very lucky. We had a few extra pennies in the pot, and we were able to bring on for at least a half-time position at our first time ever to have a hired project manager to help us through. Tara Park is here. She's been running around all day, and we value her and are so excited to have her. And this is her first time through the process, so she's learning a fair bit of how we do things, and we're excited to have her. Now, on page 15 of the program book, that is one of the most important pages to us because it lists the sponsors and the volunteers, all the people who are necessary to pull this off. Without those sponsors, there would be no Folk Awards. We know many events depend on it, and thank God we have people and entities and businesses that feel this is important and want to enable it to happen. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but I just wanted to touch on just a few and encourage you to look at them in the book and appreciate who they are. And if you can, support their business or what they do. Some of them, or many of them, are directly from our community, which really is gratifying for us. Festivals like Edmonton and Calgary, clubs like the Calgary Folk Club, the Nickelodeon, Fish Creek Concerts, and those are all from Alberta. But we also have Fogarty's Cove Music, Stan Rogers' label, still run by his wife. Folk Music Ontario and Alka's here in the audience, are the director. Penguin Eggs Magazine from Roddy, Wavelength Media, the Oliver Shore Estate. All of these have come in and supported us. But, you know, we were honored just a couple of years ago to finally be noticed by the Slate Family Foundation. And I'm sure there are lots of people in the audience who are aware who they are. They are a wealthy family, but a very monstrously philanthropic family, whether it's medical things or music side. They seem to focus on that, and they noticed us, and they really believed in what we were doing, and they support especially the Unsung Hero Award. But even Tourism Calgary came in for us. SoCan is there. We're just so honored to have these people feel that what we're doing is valuable, and we appreciate them very much. So please, let's give them a big round of applause to go out there. And I really must say, we're having a lot of fun being here at a venue like the Gateway. It's a new kind of venue for us. And but Craig, who is the manager here, who can solve anything. It's been an absolute treat. Craig, I don't know where you are, but what a pleasure. You and your team have been a treat to work with. And out of that team also we have Peter on the tech crew, Diane running the volunteers, and we do have a local committee. Please, they're all listed on page 15. I don't want to just be rhyming off names. And one of the last things I'll say is to thank CKUA for their unending support. And they support us, yes. CKUA has supported us even when we're not in Alberta. We're always happy to be here, but wherever we are in the country, they play the music from the nominated artists, they talk about it, and they talk up the awards show, and we really appreciate it, but especially when we are here and they can be connected to us. They've been doing live recordings from behind the scenes and performances and interviews, and just spreading the gospel that is all these wonderful genres under the folk music banner. So thank you, CKUA. And believe me, every province in Canada wishes they had a CKUA. It is true, not kidding. So thank you for listening to me. Yeah, well, there's another thank you. I just realized. Thank you for listening to me thanking people. But I'm done that, but while I'm up here, I'm going to present the next award, and it's actually the last award we're presenting this evening. And this is for World Group Artist of the Year. Bending our ears in new and exciting ways, the musical fusions known as World keep our music rich. These nominees span continents, span genres, and here they are. Auto Rickshaw for Meter, Lemon Bucket Orchestra for If I Had the Strength, Minor Empire for Uprooted, Near East for Near East, and Octopus for Hapax. And the award goes to my chance to rip open the envelope. These are surprisingly tough. Okay. World Group Artist of the Year is Auto Rickshaw. Now, we were alerted that they were on the road, that they're on tour, couldn't be here, and there are a lot of people in that band, so it's tough to coordinate. So they did send along an acceptance speech, should it have been them, so I'm going to read it here. Ladies and gentlemen, and the good folks at the CFMAs, we in Auto Rickshaw wish we could receive the honor in person, but we're all busy being freelancers in different parts of Ontario as these awards are being given out. First and foremost, a special shout out to our colleagues in this category. We are an amazing company and everyone is doing beautiful and important work. We're very proud of this album, our fifth, created, arranged, recorded, edited, mixed, and designed entirely by the three of us in Auto Rickshaw. A true grassroots effort. Music has the power to heal, to move, to connect, and to affect change in the world. And that starts with us. Thank you. From Dylan Bell, Ed Hanley, and Suba Sankaran of Auto Rickshaw. Thank you.
Maintenant, place à la musique de Linz, deux super solides chanteuses, musiciennes qui combinent leurs grandes forces et sacrées de Linz. Pour vous donner une idée de la qualité de ce qu'ils font, c'est qu'ils ont été en nomination pour 4 catégories. Groupe de l'année, réalisatrice, album contemporain et groupe vocal.
I could read what is on my sheet, which is probably from their bio, but I can't do that. These two women rock my world harder than almost anybody ever has. Lynn Miles has been the soundtrack of my life. I believe with all my heart she is the best songwriter this country has ever produced. Lynn Hansen is new to me, relatively, but I've been impressed by everything that she's done, and this is a case where what is it I'm trying to say? Thank you. The sum is greater than the parts. Could you please listen to the Lynn?
Well, thanks. Gosh. Before you drown, take a leap. much. Well, we are very honored to be here playing at the Canadian Folk Music Awards. We'd like to do this song for you now. It's a cheery little number about a marriage disintegrating. We hope you enjoy it. Just tune a bit. I say yes and you say no. You hold on and I let go. You step up and I step down. You're in the air, I'm on the ground. We go around and around the room. Flowers grow but never bloom. No moon tonight, no stars at all. So fitting for the song we blow. Now every night it's the same old blues. No wedding dress, no fancy shoes. The first step you feel the pain. Over time the hurting fades. Now just a twinge where it should. Two hearts too broke, too late to break. There's no rhyme or reason, just one long cold season. One foot in the other, last dance, cherry lover. Sad song plays on and on. We need a time and dance alone. No one to blame, nobody's fault. This dark road. This dark There's no rhyme or reason, just one long cold season. One foot in the other, last dance, cherry lover. Sad song plays on and on. We move in time and dance alone. No one to blame, nobody's fault. This dark rose. This dark rose. Well, thank you so much. We'd like to do one more song for you. So Lynn and I co-wrote all these songs, and we started out, I produced a couple of her records, and then we just started songwriting from there. Where the hell are you going? Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, well now I gotta go out there too. Okay, well, I'm gonna be out there in a second. She's completely insane. Okay, I'm coming out. But there's absolutely no way I'm getting on a table, Hanson.
Well, it's such a thrill to be here in Calgary. Canadian Folk Music Awards. And I have to admit, I was a little speechless earlier on because I've never won an award before. Play this song for you unplugged, because that's how all the songs get written. That's how they all start out. It's unplugged. And this one's called Gotta Have Rain. And it's about the kind of thing where you have difficulties in your life. And that's kind of like rain, right? We all like a sunny, sunny weekend. But honestly, without a little bit of rain, nothing grows. And I think as people, it's kind of the same thing. You need a little difficulty in your life so that you really appreciate the wonderful things like being here in Calgary at Canadian Folk Music Awards. When I'm lying in darkness, I hold the night. Oh,
Glen's.
Just before we hand it back to our hosts, I just wanted to say, having an Order of Canada doesn't mean your brain always works properly. And I left somebody off the list who needed to be thank you'd, and that was another of our board members who's been popping around taking photos and responsible for these graphics, etc., etc. Mr. George Tierney is also on the CFMA board. So thank you, George. And I'm sorry, I looked up right at your name on my list. Anyway, that's enough for me. Back to our host.
Bon, et maintenant, ben ça va être notre finale. On voudrait juste en profiter, remercier le comité organisateur, tous les jurés, tous les gens, les finalistes. Et on va, une belle tradition qui a commencé quelques années avec les prix de musique folk, c'est l'accord collectif.
Yes, we want to thank the CFMA board for all their planning and their hard work, all the jurors for their thoughtful consideration. Congratulations to the nominees and this year's recipients for tonight. There is another award show tomorrow night for the rest of the awards. How many of you are coming? Fantastic. There are also, during the day tomorrow, there are events going on all over town. I, for one, am going to be going to the brand new public library in town because I've heard wonderful things about it, and there's lots of music happening there. All the information is on the web, and I believe in your program books, if you go to folkawards.ca.
Oui. Oui. Et l'année prochaine, il ne faut pas oublier qu'après l'accord collectif, qu'on s'en va à l'île du Prince-Édouard. Ne pas oublier ça. But on vous invite à chanter avec nous. Alors, you can follow on the screen and follow and sing with us. That's the idea.
Are there other performers coming up?
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all of them. Okay. The finale.
So the performers should be up here. Any or all of you. This is your finale.
They say you're a dreamer, you know you're a believer, 'cause you see something that they can't. A vision inside you, it's been there from the start. Oh, you know, it's something they can't see. Oh, you see it in your dreams at night, a place where all seems to be right. Every boy and every girl help each other in this world. They say you're a dreamer, well, you're a different kind. You'll get it right this time. You'll get it right this time. You, keepers of all our tomorrows. You, with the will to take away our sorrows. You, with the strength to make a change. You, your dreams and our dreams are the same. They say you're a dreamer, imagine a future where no one goes hungry to another. Oh, tu vois dans tes rêves la nuit un lieu où tout semble en harmonie. Ensemble, filles et garçons, dans ce monde s'entraîneront. On dit que tu es rêvant, mais tu es différent. Tu y arriveras cette fois. Tu y arriveras cette fois. Oh, you see it in your dreams at night, a place where all seems to be right. Every boy and every girl help each other in this world. They say
for coming. We'll see you tomorrow night if you're here. If not, we'll see you around town tomorrow afternoon. Big hand for all the nominees, all the performers.